And good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Preston Field. We're here tonight for the Park Hill South Panthers against the Lee Summit North Broncos. I'm Braden Josendale.
And I'm Ben Shepard. Let's send it over to Tana Jones on the sideline for a pregame announcement.
Thanks, guys. As the Rage Cage starts to fill up and get excited, we have a season full of firsts today. We have our first home opener, as well as Coach Justin Ponte's first game on the south side. Hopefully, the momentum from the Panthers' road win last week will bring them to a win today against the Lee Summit North Broncos. Now back to you.
All right, thanks, Tana. You know, obviously the big story coming into this game, third head coach in 3 years for Park Hill South. Justin Ponce, the new coach this year. Ben, how do you think it's going to play out?
I think the Panthers are yet to prove themselves at home, but a lot of anticipation is building over this new coach. I can't wait to see what he has to offer for our first home game.
You know, the Panthers coming off a big win against Rockbridge last week, 13-10. A big defensive battle in that game. The offense didn't really keep it going for most of the game. Our defense came up big in a lot of parts, including a fumble recovered in the final minutes of the game by Kiro Martin. We'll see if the defense can stand their ground against this high-powered offense in Lee Summit North.
We'll need it, especially considering Lee Summit North is ranked first in the state of Missouri and has an impressive offense.
Offense and defense to say. Their D lineman, number 5, Williams Waneri, number 3 in the nation and number 1 in Missouri. Currently committed to Mizzou. We'll see if our young offensive line can hold up against them and hopefully hold them to little to nothing.
I'm sure our boys will give it their all.
Try to see how the coin toss went here. Got 1 minute left until Park Hill South football is back in action at home. You know, Preston Field shared with Park Hill. Talks about a new stadium coming to Park Hill South. You know, the Rage Cage for South really showing out tonight for the first home game. We'll see how everybody adjusts to the new grades. We got new Rage Cage leaders as well. Lee Summit North as well, having a pretty decent student section show out. It's about a 30-minute drive, so.
No matter what, I'm sure our Rage Cage will shout and support our Panthers.
All righty. Looks like the Panthers will be kicking off to start the game. Back to return for the Broncos. It's number 2, Isaiah Mosey, and number 5, Tanner Howes. Kicking off, of course, for the Panthers. It's 5-star kicker, committed to South Carolina this year, Mason Love. Number 1 punter in the nation, number 3 kicker. And
don't forget, he had that amazing 50-yard field goal last week that snuck
right.
out a win against Rockbridge.
And here we go. Welcome back to Preston Field. Looks like it'll be a touchback to kick it off for the Panthers. And we're back, baby. Panthers defense will try to stop this offense of Lee Summit North. Senior quarterback Elijah Leonard leading the way for the Broncos. You know, a couple players out sick tonight for the Panthers. Linebacker Kadeen Sabri and cornerback Marcel Milner not able to make it tonight. We'll see how that impacts their defense. 3-man front tonight for the Panthers. You got Brock Harmon, 4 actually. You got Kyle Brown, Brock Harmon, Kiro Martin, and Xavier Freckleton. And the first play, it's going to be a handoff to Lee Summit North. And he'll be brought down, looks like about 10 yards on the play. That's number 5, Tanner Howes.
It's important that going into this game that the Panthers learn to stop the run. The run is something that will get you beat and tire your defense out real fast.
You know, the defense, one of the high points of this Panthers squad. Lots of seniors leaving last year, so it's been kind of an adjustment. Of course, new head coach. You've got starters leaving, new people coming in to fill those spots. We'll see how they do on this second play of the game. First down for the Broncos. Leonard looks left. He'll throw. Broken up. That's number 21, Deontay Wells on the breakup for South.
Great move by Deontay there.
Good play by Wells there, reading the quarterback's eyes and coming in to break it up. Tanner Howes and Drew Gray come off for the Broncos. They'll have 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Shotgun snap for Leonard, hands it off again. And he'll only get 3 on that. It'll be 3rd down for the Broncos.
Great defensive showing early on by the Panthers. We'll need to keep it up in order to win this game.
And like I said, Panthers missing 2 starters. Seems to not be affecting them too much so far. Here comes on for the Panthers, senior Charles Nolan. And here we go. It's 3rd and 6 for the Broncos.
The crowd is real loud.
It'll be a handoff. He finds a hole. He'll cut to the outside, and he's going to get the first down by a couple inches. Panthers not able to stop him. You know, the Panthers ranked number 23 in Missouri. Broncos number 1. It's going to be a tough game for the Panthers, but I know this team. I know they can put up a fight. See if they can pull it off in the end. Bunch formation out to the left. Leonard, he's going to look right, pump fake. He'll scramble. And that's number 9, Kiro Martin on the tackle for South.
Good pressure by South there, making the quarterback run out of the pocket.
You know, D-line looking good early on here for South. See if they can keep this up throughout the game. See how the Broncos will adjust to this. I mean, they've ran a couple run plays, I think 3 so far. Got stopped up short on 1, but then the other 2, they've broken free for about 7 to 10 yards each time. Leonard, he's going to hand it off again. Breaks a couple tackles. It's Tanner Howes.
Lee Summit North doing a good job early on, showing that they can run, and that's something that'll get you beat, something the Panthers need to cover up fast.
Tanner Howes seeming to be one of the main pieces of this offense for Lee Summit North. Senior running back. 3 out left for the Broncos. Leonard looks left, throws. That's caught. That's junior Isaiah Mosey on the catch for North. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Lee Summit North slowly but surely moving the ball down into the Panthers' territory. Let's see what they come up with next.
Broncos driving at the 40-yard line now, 2nd and 5. Breaks free to the left. He breaks a couple tackles, and that'll be a touchdown for North. That's number 4, Quad Chapman, a junior on the touchdown for the Broncos.
4 minutes in, and Lee Summit has just put 6 on the board.
You know, Panthers able to stop them on some plays, but really got to keep that consistency throughout the whole drive if they want to be able to come back, get our offense out there, really put up some points. On the kick, that's senior Liam Kays. It's blocked
by the Panthers.
By South. Maybe that gives our boys a little bit of confidence coming into this next offensive drive. I gotta say though, this Lee Summit North defense, it's one I'd be pretty afraid of.
Yeah, and the Panthers so far not getting totally obliterated, keeping up a good fight. Let's see how they respond after the kickoff. Part of today's game is brought to you by Price Chopper. Download the Price Chopper app today and get big savings every time you shop at Price Chopper, whether you spend a little or a lot. Check out the Price Chopper app to see the offers each week and then choose to spend them at checkout or on fuel at Quick Trip.
So with 8 minutes and 52 seconds left here in the first quarter, Panthers receiving team will come out, attempt to return this kick. Well, I'm mistaken. Looks like Marcel Milner is playing tonight for South. I had a couple of people tell me he was out sick, out with COVID. I know Kadeen Sabri is out sick. But it's Javius Smith and Marcel Milner back in the end zone for South. On the kick for Lee Summit North, it's Logan Houchin, the sophomore. It'll be returnable. Marcel Milner will take it. Cuts back to the inside, and he'll get brought down at about the 21-yard line for South. And here comes the Panthers offense. You know, a little bit of a question mark so far this year. Drew Polakovich back at quarterback. Started off early in the season last year. I think played 3 games before going down with an injury. Then it was Briggs Bartosh the rest of the way.
Let's see how he responds being back to Preston Field for the first time this year.
3 out to the left for South, 1 to the right. Tommy Lisenby in the backfield. Chance Taylor motioned over. Polakovich is going to take the snap, look left. That's caught. And that will come up just short. That is number 87, Marcus Parker, on the catch. Senior committed to Navy.
The Panthers doing a good job getting the ball off fast, making sure Williams one end does not get them. Once again, the number 3 recruit in the nation, number 1 in the state of Missouri, already committed to Mizzou.
Waneri looks like coming off the right there. Bunch to the left for South. Polakovich, another screen, and that is almost picked off by North. Looks like they knew what was coming there, and they stopped it. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
Panthers got to make sure they don't let the pressure get to them too fast and then remain cool, even if they got to get the ball off quick.
Three out to the right once again for South. Motions over Lisenby. It'll be a 5 wide. Quick pressure off the edge and an overthrow by Drew Polakovich. It'll be 3rd down for the Panthers. Here we go, 3rd down for South against this high-powered Broncos defense. It'll be dropped and laid out at the end, and there's a flag. That'll be a late hit on the Broncos, and that'll give South a 1st down. Chance Taylor taking the hit there.
That's one way to keep the chains moving.
Might not be the prettiest, but hey, if it works, it works.
Let's see if the Panthers can turn things around with this good stroke of luck.
1st down for South. It'll be a handoff for Lisenby. Lisenby, he'll get about 3 on that carry. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Nice solid game there for Lisenby. Just like on defense, just like the Lee Summit North was doing, a good run is something that is great to maintain. It wears the opponent's defense down, makes them really have to buy for time.
Polakovic, he's going to take the snap, look right, a quick screen to Taylor, and Taylor's brought down early. They'll call it incomplete. Broncos thought it was a fumble there for a second.
That brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 for South here. See if they can keep this drive going. Delas Estaro in the backfield. The Panthers at their own 49-yard line. See what they can do here. Polakovic, he's going to look right. He's got a little bit of time. Sheds 2 tackles. He's going to throw it. It'll be caught by Chance Taylor. And that, will it be enough for a first? It's going to be close.
Great move by Polakovic there to keep the play alive. It's moves like these, innovation like this that, makes
and
any
it's going to
game
be
winnable.
4th down for South. 4th and inches. They're going to go for it. No huddle here. Oh. Panthers looking for a flag there. Did not get it. New head coach Justin Ponce not happy about that no call. Here we go. 4th and 1 for South. Polakovic looks right, quick screen, and it's dropped by Marcus Parker. That'll be a turnover on down for South.
South fans pretty angry right now, and what seems like a pretty obvious offside by Lee Summit North would have gotten them the first down.
All right, well, here we go.
Timeout on the field.
It'll be an official's timeout. The Panthers looked like they had something going for a second on that drive. Weren't able to quite get what they wanted out of it. But a pretty good drive for South, considering this high-powered defense.
Solid 2.5 minute showing from Park Hill South's offense there.
6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
We all want more energy, more strength, more sleep. Orange Theory workouts give you more, changing you at the cellular level. Workouts scientifically proven to give you a longer, more vibrant life. Now in our neighborhood, beside Sprouts off 64th Street. Call 816-945-6551, orangetheoryfitness.com.
All right, the Lee Summit Broncos will take over on their own 44-yard line. See if this offense can try to repeat the same thing they did last drive.
Well, looks like the man's still in high spirits.
Broncos coming back out. Looks like the Panthers back running a 3-man front. Kiro Martin on the left, Xavier Freckleton at nose guard, and Brock Harmon on the right. Leonard's going to take the snap. He's going to try to scramble, and he'll be brought down for a sack.
That's just the energy that Park Hill South defense needs to start off this new drive. Hopefully it continues in.
That's Dylan Nutter on the sack for South. A sophomore starting on defense. It'll push the Broncos back 3 yards, 2nd and 13. Seven on the O-line for the Broncos, 1 out to each side. It'll be a run. Kyle Brown almost makes the tackle, but it'll be brought down again. Only a gain of 2.
The defense clearly demonstrating it's the high point of the Park Hill South football team.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 here for the Broncos. Let's see if the Panthers can keep this going. See if they can come up with a big stop here, try to get the ball back. A big 3rd down here for South. Leonard's gonna look right, he'll throw, he'll have it caught. See if where they'll mark this ball. Looks like they're gonna give him the 1st down.
Number 2, Isaiah Mosey on the catch. Good for a 1st down.
Isaiah Mosey on the 1st down catch for North. Mosey looks to be their main target here tonight. Looks like him and Tanner Howes contributing the most for this Lee Summit North offense. Leonard, he's going to hand it off. And he'll be brought down in the backfield. Number 25, Mason Wright on the tackle for South.
Another good stop from Park Hill South's defense by number 25, Mason Wright.
South seems to be handling this run game pretty well so far. Howes comes back on for the Broncos. It'll be 2nd and 11. Leonard, shotgun snap. Hand off to Howes. Howes finds a hole on the right, but he's brought down again.
Great stop.
No, for no gain, that's Kiro Martin on the tackle.
Number 9, Hero Martin.
So far, Lee Summit North offense being really run heavy. We've only seen about 2 or 3 passes so far from their offense.
It'll be 3rd down and 11, so you got to expect to see another one here. Another heavy offensive line. 7 people on the offensive line. Mosey out to the right. It's Cray Burns out to the left. Leonard, he's going to look up the middle. He's going to throw. He's going to have number 10 wide open. Cray Burns on the catch.
Although they don't do it often, when they do pass, Lee Summit North's done a good job getting separation from Park Hill South's cornerbacks and safeties.
You know, I noticed last week the Panthers kind of had a little bit of this same problem, you know, having good coverage at the start of the play, having good run defense, but then as they get later into the play and as it develops, they kind of lose their man a little bit. And maybe it's just a playing of zone and the Broncos are finding the openings, but you got to see if the Panthers can try to figure this out. Leonard looks left. He's going to roll out right. Makes the throw. He'll throw it out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Off his back shoulder, under pressure. If Park Hill South can continue putting on that heat, then they're going to give a lot of trouble to Lee Summit North and the Broncos offense.
Bunch formation to the right for the Broncos. Mosey out to the left. Never mind, they're going to motion him into the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Mosey. Mosey's going to get through, and he's off to the right, and he'll get in for a touchdown.
Coverage from Park Hill South seems to be great right up front at the line, but like you said, Brandon, they seem to fall apart as the play progresses.
They'll come on for another field goal here. Liam Kays once again. Look to make it 13-0.
Liam Kays in.
Broncos are going to call a timeout here. Maybe think this over, go for two possibly, as they missed that first one.
We'd like to thank Reiselman Nissan and for sponsoring Park Hill South football. Good luck to the Panthers on a successful season. Stop into our sales, service, and parts departments to experience the Reiselman way. Every customer, every time.
You know, I got to say, after that first drive by South, I'm kind of happy with how our offensive line is holding up. A couple of dropped passes might have cost us a little bit. But, I mean, I really haven't seen much out of Waneri, the five-star D lineman.
Yeah, Park Hill South's O-line has done a good job holding its own into the first quarter. And, you know, if they're going to have any success tonight, especially considering Waneri, they're going to have to maintain that.
Looks like they're going to try for the kick again. You know, after timeout, you might be thinking, are they going to try a fake here? Are they just going to kick it? See what happens. It will be a kick, and it's up, and it is good. It'll be 13-0 Lee Summit North with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Maybe a lineup adjustment or a wrong player in the field, something to buy time from Lee Summit North. But, you know, as we're approaching the second quarter, still 2 timeouts for Lee Summit North and 3 for the Park Hill South Panthers.
You know, the Panthers offense will come back on here, try to get something going, make this game closer.
Universal Construction Company has been proud to partner with the Park Hill South School District in their efforts to create new and improved facilities for learning, athletics, and the performing arts since 2006. Universal Construction, building a better community.
Number 30, kicking off for Lee Summit North.
Logan Houchin kicking off for the Broncos. Here come the Panthers return team. It'll be Milner and Smith returning again, and they're already kicking off. Looks like the Panthers weren't even ready. Javius Smith kind of turned around while that kick was in the air. He'll try to cut it up the middle. He'll be brought down at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 now for Drew Polakovich and the Park Hill South Panthers.
Let's see if the offense makes any adjustments now having played Lee Summit North in that one drive.
They'll start it with Estaro in the backfield instead of Lisenby. 3 out left, 1 out right. Mizzou commit Waneri coming off the left. It'll be a quick screen to Chance Taylor. Chance Taylor's going to get in the middle of his blockers. There is a flag on the play.
Number 18, Chance Taylor on the catch, flag on the play.
See what this call was.
Referees are conferencing each other to determine the call.
Looks like it'll come back for South.
The refs put the flag back in his pocket. Looks like play will resume. Oh, ref has
So it'll
stopped
be
the clock.
1st and 20, I believe. At least that's what it says on our scoreboard. No. Little confused here, Ben. I'm not going to lie. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
The ref is yet to give a call.
I think an official's timeout Maybe there was a call. Oh, nope, no, they're putting the, wait. Nope, he's coming back. I'm lost, Ben. I don't know.
Looks like each side is going to take a quick break. We'd like to mention our sponsor, Quality Plumbing, serving Greater Kansas City's commercial and residential plumbing needs since 1983. Call or visit them online at qualityplumbing.com.
Looks like it'll be 1st and 15 for South. I think. They keep the ball where it is. Okay. I think I can confidently say it's 1st and 15 for South. Here we go. Starro back in the backfield.
Looks like the refs were waiting to confirm the decision by Lee Summit North coaching as to whether they wanted to accept the penalty or not, whatever it was.
That's the sophomore University Academy transfer out to the left, Tyree Flowers. He's a sophomore. Out to the right, Kyle Dunaway and Chance Taylor. Two sophomores starting at the receiver position. Something you don't see too often in high school sports. So with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter, the Panthers will have it 1st and 15. Polakovic going to take the snap, hand off to Estaro, and he'll be brought down for no gain.
Panthers heading back to where they just were at the beginning of that 1 and 15 play.
Run game not working too well so far here for South. Three out to the right for the Panthers. Polakovic, quick throw to Chance Taylor. He'll try to spin it around and he'll be brought down for about, looks like 3-4 yards. And it'll be 3rd down once again for South.
Panthers are yet to successfully make a 3rd down other than that penalty flag that was called in their first drive. If they're going to have any chance to win, they need to put points on the board and prove that they can get out of tough situations like these.
Three out to the left here for South. Polakovic, he's going to drop back, looks, throws. Dunaway not looking. And it'll be 4th down.
Here comes the punt team for South.
Hey, at least we get to see number 1 punter in the nation.
A shining star for
Mason
Park Hill
Love.
South. 5 shining stars, in fact, for Mason Love.
Kicked the game-winning field goal last week. Try to boom one here. It's kind of cool, though. You get to see 2 of the number 1 players in the nation at their respective positions here tonight. Mason Love, a low snap. Still gets it off.
Great hang time.
Good punt. It's going to bounce back, and it'll be brought down at the 49-yard line. So the Broncos, they'll start it from their own 49. We'll see if the Panthers defense can hold up this drive. First and 10 here for the Broncos. 3 out to the left. We see number 28, Deshaun Bennett.
Looks like a timeout from Park Hill South.
Timeout for the Panthers with 1:07 left to go in the first quarter.
We'd like to thank Park University for sponsoring Park Hill South football, a champion of education since 1875 and a proud education partner of the Park Hill School District. Park U fuels our community's success. Visit Park University in Parkville or online at www.park.edu.
See what South can do coming out of this timeout. No, you'd really like to see the defense get a stop here. $13-0 so far. Broncos leading. Panthers defense coming back out here onto the field. Tanner Howes back in the game for the Broncos. Elijah Leonard, he's going to take the snap. Quick handoff to Howes. He's going to bounce it to the right. He'll get about 4 on that play.
Here for number 5, Tanner Howe. Stop made by number 22, Marcel Builder.
Lee Summit North showing early on they want to get this game done fast. They've run almost 80% of their plays, and the clock is ticking down to the final seconds of the first quarter.
It'll be 2nd and 6 here for the Broncos, as they'll send 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Leonard, he's going to take it himself, and he'll get brought down. Will he get brought down? He's going to push forward for another 4 yards.
Number 11, Elijah Leonard on the carry.
Looks like he'll be about a yard short of the first down.
Panthers thus far have done a good job initiating the third down, but are yet to perform and actually have a stop. Lee Summit North yet to get to 4th down and have scored on all 2 of their drives so far. Let's see if they can replicate that here.
So that'll be the end of the first quarter, and we'll send it down to Tana, who's on the sideline with more.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with one of our Rage Cage leaders, Sophie Stabell. Sophie, what's the energy like in the Rage Cage tonight?
The energy in the Rage Cage is pretty good. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people showed up for tonight's game. It's gotten a little down recently, but we're going to pick it up for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter.
And what's your favorite part about being a Rage Cage leader?
I love being a Rage Cage leader because it's just fun to see everyone get into the spirit and just to be a big part of calling all the chants or holding up the signs. It's a lot of fun for me.
And final question, what are you looking forward to most this season?
I'm just looking forward to all the home games, and when it's like completely full, we got all our parents here. It's fun to have the Southside girls and the cheer team here too. I love it.
Thanks for coming down with me, Sophie. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Tana. We're going into the second quarter here. 13-0 Lee Summit North.
I'll tell you what, Braden, even though we're down 13, the Park Hill South Rage Cage and band and cheer team are clearly keeping spirits high, making sure that we have that energy going in to the second quarter.
Teams will flip sides here. Lee Summit North on the Panthers' 42-yard line. Leonard's going to keep it again. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to get some more eventually pushed out of bounds. Looks like at about the 24-yard line.
Broncos showing they're very confident with all these quarterback runs. Maybe a sign that the Park Hill South defense might need to step it up on the line.
Leonard brought down at the 27, excuse me. Broncos going to send 3 to the right in the bunch formation. Leonard, he's going to look right, throws, caught by Mosey. Once again, as the play develops, the Panthers just not able to stay in coverage. And
broken coverage from the Panthers. The cornerback doesn't seem to stick with the receiver after a certain period, and the safety doesn't seem to pick up the slack either. If they close these gaps that are preventing them from making any meaningful stops, then maybe they can stop Lee Summit North and have an opportunity to make some points.
That'll be 1st and goal for the Broncos here on the 9-yard line. Leonard, he's going to take the snap, hand off to the right. He'll be brought down at the 5.
Number 4, Clay Chapman on the carry.
It's
Shot made.
Quade
9,
Chapman on the carry.
Panthers showing they're hoping for a field goal so they can keep points low and try to stop the run in order to make that happen.
Even if they do hold them to a field goal, see if they can pull off another block.
Yeah, and that block so far, the highlight of the Panthers' performance.
All right. 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. Leonard, another handoff to Tanner Howes, and he's going to be in for a Lee Summit North touchdown.
Carry by number 5, Tanner Howes. Touchdown, Lee Summit North.
That'll make it 19-0 Broncos. And looks like they're going to go for 2. So see if they can get it back to 21-0. Make it like that block field goal never even happened. Already 3 to the right in a bunch. House sent out to the right. And it'll be a false start on the Broncos, so that'll push them back 5.
Doesn't look like the Broncos are deterred by this false start call. And it seems like they're still going to go ahead for that 2-point try.
All right, Broncos staying on for 2 from the 7. Makes it a bit more difficult. 7-man front for the Broncos. Leonard looks right, chucks it up, and it's overthrown. So the Panthers able to stop that 2-point conversion, but not able to stop the Broncos on that drive. Makes it 19-0 Lee Summit North.
You know, these stops on these extra points will only get you so far. You know, what, we've saved 2 points. Parco South really needs to get a touchdown on the board in this next drive, or else they're looking at a major deficit, even more than the 19-point hole they're in right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, it kind of gets a little bit hard to win games if you're not putting points on the board, then you got nothing to win off of. So
Absolutely.
I believe in our boys. I believe in this offense. I think we can get it going. We really got to see some productiveness and some confidence out of our offense.
We'll chalk it up to second game rust.
Milner and Smith back to receive the kickoff. Looks like they're actually going to be ready this time, not still jogging out there by the time the ball's kicked.
Number 22, Marcel Milner.
On to kick is number 30, Logan Houchin for the Broncos.
Number 30, Logan Houchin. Kick.
You know, something I haven't seen too much before. The Broncos like substituting in kickers for their extra points and their kickoffs. Houchin's going to boot this one, and it'll be a touchback. So the Panthers, they're going to start this drive out, try to get something going. Going to have to drive down 80 yards here to score a touchdown.
I think right now all South needs to focus on is making some incremental gains, getting a first down, you know, slowly making a way down the field. That's what Lee Summit North has been doing this entire game, and it's been working miracles for them.
It's not all about 80-yard bombs. It's not about, you know, 60-yard touchdown carries. You know, even if you slowly inch your way down the field, you're scoring points, and that's what matters. That's what wins you ball games. As Chance Taylor catches a screen there, and that gets you about 4 yards. You know, this is what we're talking about. If we can do this, this will work. We just got to stay consistent with it. Ticking down to 10 minutes left in this second quarter. Polakovic, he's going to drop back, looks right, throws. Out of bounds.
Pass incomplete. Intended for number 18, Hank Taylor.
Seems to me like Park Hill South is afraid of the run, considering Williams Waneri. You know, he's only one guy. Park Hill South, they ought to put some effort in on the ground.
I mean, I got to give it to South, though, keeping Winery kind of out of the game in an aspect. I haven't really seen him do much here. You know, maybe a couple run stops, but
The O-line is doing a good job.
matched up against Max Gherkin, the senior. And as I say that, he's going to bring down Polakovic.
Well, it
He's
was bound
back
to
up,
happen.
though. But here comes Mason Love and the punt team.
Punt team out once again for Park Hill South. Another opportunity to see our amazing 5-star recruit, Mason Love.
Number 6, Mason Love, back to punt.
All right, let's see if Bryce Aldridge can get him a better snap this time. You know, Bryce Aldridge actually a really good long snapper. His brother used to be the long snapper here. He graduated a couple years ago. That punt almost blocked. Great hang time, though. Caught at the Broncos' own 38-yard line.
Broncos take over at the 38-yard line.
Zona Rosa is your one-stop shopping center, filled with more than 80 stores, restaurants, and entertainment just around the corner. Central Park, right in front of Bravo, is the perfect place to chill in comfy outdoor seating or let the kids run around while you take a break from shopping. Zona has a jam-packed event schedule filled with lots of family fun. Visit zonarosa.com for full details and mark your calendars.
Alrighty, so Broncos ball once again. 9 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Cray Burns motioned over Leonard. He's going to throw left. That's Mosey. And he is brought down by Kiro Martin with one hand, just to show his strength there.
Hero Martin with the stop.
Kiro Martin, a senior, he's gathered a lot of interest from schools. You know, I was talking to one of the coaches earlier today. I guess he's put on 20 pounds of pure muscle this offseason, which is crazy to think about for a high school player.
Showing he's ready to get to work.
2nd and 8 for the Broncos. Elijah Leonard, he's going to hand it off, and he'll be brought down. Sorry, that's
Number 6,
Corey Lee on the carry for the Broncos.
Good stop by the Panthers. Once again, Lee Summit North caught in a third down situation. Can the Panthers make a stop and force a punt?
It'll be 3rd and 6 here for the Broncos. Panthers need a big stop here. Rage Cage getting loud. 3rd down and 6, 2 outright. Leonard hands it off. Howes is going to get the first down. He's going to get some more. Eventually brought down. That's Carter Strom on the tackle.
Lee Summit North showing that they're not out of energy.
Stop made by number 29, Carter Strong.
Not done quite yet. You know, the Panthers doing good getting them down to these 3rd down situations. But then they get them down to the 3rd down situations, and they can't capitalize on it. Seems like the Broncos are kind of getting every 3rd down they've gone for. In fact, I believe they have. I think they've scored on every drive so far.
Yep, that's right. 3 drives, 19 points. Here comes a flag.
It'll be a false start on the Broncos. It'll push them back 5, hopefully give a little bit of help to this Panthers defense.
Still 7:45 on the board in the second quarter of the first half. plenty of opportunities for the Panthers to make a stop and put some points on the board.
First and 15 here for the Broncos. Another 7-man front. Leonard, he's going to look right, throw to Mosey. And it's picked off. That's Marcel Milner. Marcel Milner down the left side of the field. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers. Marcel Milner with a pick six. Just went right through Mosey's hands. What a play by South.
That's just what Park Hill South needed to regain some momentum in this game.
And that gets the crowd picked up a little bit. Hopefully gets this team picked up a little bit. We'll see what we can do from here.
Brings the deficit down to 13. Let's check the extra point.
Mason Love on for the kick. Kicked the game-winning 50-yarder last week. The snap, the kick. It is good. 19-7. Broncos still leading, but kind of an unexpected touchdown there out of South.
Two-score game now with 7:15 remaining in the second quarter.
Can you
Summit
believe
North will be coming back on the field in a minute.
Can you believe it? Marcel Milner, the guy I thought wasn't even playing today, comes out, obviously shows me that he's playing, comes out with a pick six for this Panthers team.
It's these little surprises that get momentum and energy going in your team. Let's hope that Park Hill South can sustain it. We'd like to thank the Parkville Pediatric Dentistry. Are you looking for a great pediatric dentist? Come visit the doctors and their friendly staff at ParkvillePediatricDentistry.com or give us a call at 816-746-KIDS, KIDS.
All righty. Well, there's one way to stop the Broncos from scoring. Take the ball and score yourselves. All right, Mason Love on for the kick. Oh, it'll be an onside kick. Oh, and it looks like the Panthers are going to get it. What is going on? The Panthers and Justin Ponce being brave here, coming off that touchdown. A big momentum shift here for South.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Braden, and it seems like Park Hill South is willing to take plenty of risk here.
Hey, this Panthers team keeps fighting. They're not giving up yet. Offense will come back on here, try to get something going. And I got to say, if you're a Lee Summit North player on the sidelines right now, I don't think it's going too well.
Let's see if the Panthers can execute on offense.
All righty, we'll go 5 wide here for the Panthers. Polakovic, the only one in the backfield. Immediate pressure. He'll roll out right. It'll be a catch. It's caught by Kyle Dunaway.
There's a flag down the field. Still waiting for the call from the referees.
See what the call is here. It'll be on the Broncos, so this play will go forward. Is it on the Broncos? You know, these officials aren't really making up their minds too quick.
No.
I feel like we're going back and forth with this ball, but it looks like it will be a first down for South. We'll get down to the 27-yard line here, 1st and 10. Polakovic, once again, the only one to the backfield. He's going to roll out again, and it looks like he's just going to get rid of it. Immediate pressure.
Right call. Polakovic under a lot of pressure from the strong D-line and Lee Summit North.
Good decision making there, not trying to force anything, you know. You're on the Broncos half of the field. You've really got no reason to risk anything too much, so you just go ahead and throw it away, give it another shot on the next down.
Panthers showing they want a touchdown before the end of the half to chip away at that 12-point deficit, make it down to a one-score game.
I believe that's Dunaway, Parker. Is that Javius Smith on offense? Dump off. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. Javius Smith, the starting corner for South, playing on offense. Something we haven't seen, I'm not sure, ever. Polakovic is going to come over and talk to his head coach here.
Wonder what the Panthers have planned for third down.
Here we go, 3rd and 10 here for South. A big third down. You really need to convert this. That's freshman Magnus Hohenschel in the game at running back.
Timeout, Park Hill South.
Timeout, Panthers. The Park Hill School District would like to thank our Ruby and Topaz little partners.
The Park Hill School District would like to thank Wow Homes KC. Find your place in the world with Wow Homes KC. Your Parkville home team supporting your home team. Visit wowhomeskc.com or call 816-588-3831.
Alrighty, Panthers coming back out here for third down. Broncos taking their time to get back out on the field from timeout. Alrighty, big third down for South on the 27-yard line. Here we go. Polakovic gonna take the snap. Looks right, looks left, immediate pressure, and he's brought down by the Broncos.
Well, I'll tell you what, Braden, at least the Park Hill South Panthers will send out their field goal unit to try to bring the deficit down to a somewhat manageable 9, but still a 2-score game.
That's Israel Weldon on the sack for the Broncos. And the Panthers are going to attempt a field goal here. This is going to be, I believe, a 54-yarder.
He pulled off a 51 last week. Let's see if he can do it again.
The boot from Mason Love, it's up, and it's good! He just broke his own school record that he set last week.
What a great resource to have if you're on the Panthers.
Well, I gotta say, good for Mason Love. You know, last year, Coach Palmer didn't really let the field goal unit come out that often. I'm not really sure why. But now Justin Ponce, it looks like he's trusting the field goal unit, trusting his kicker and Mason Love. And there's his second week in a row breaking the school record. 54-yarder there for Mason Love.
Well, Park Hill South needs to take every opportunity they can to put points up on the board. And just in 2 minutes, they've brought the deficit down to a daunting 19 to a manageable 9. Let's see how Lee Summit North will respond after the kickoff.
All righty, let's see if South goes with the actual kickoff here. I don't know, I got surprised by that onside kick last time. I feel like I got to stay on my toes now. I got to be ready.
I'm sure Lee Summit North is too.
All righty, Mason Love with the run up. And he will just boot it.
Another
and it'll be a
booming kick.
touchback. There is a flag.
Referees once again conferencing over their flag. Seems to me like not a ton of clear decisions have been made by them in this game.
You know, the officials, they're liking to throw flags, not quite knowing what to call it though. I mean, they throw the flag, and then they got a debate for 5 minutes about what the call is. So I believe, yeah, no flag.
Once again, another no flag and an official timeout, which is a great opportunity to mention By the Blade Landscaping. By the Blade helps you create and manage your outdoor oasis so that you and your family can enjoy the luxury of nature by living in it, not working in it. By the Blade has been your local Wrist Lake outdoor management company for more than 27 years. We do it all, so give us a call.
All right. So the Broncos offense will try to get something going here with just under 6 minutes left in the half. It'll be a handoff. He'll get about 1 on the play.
I'll tell you what, the Lee Summit North student section and away side has been quiet since that pick 6 and onside kick and then field goal by Park Hill South. The energy is still on the Park Hill South side. Let's hope they can maintain it.
All right, so looks like they'll actually give him 3 on that carry. It'll be 2nd and 7. Leonard looks left. He's going to throw it deep. And not on target for Leonard. Good defense by Javius Smith.
That's the type of coverage Park Hill South's defense needs to continue down the field. They've gotten consistently beat when it comes to their safeties and cornerbacks and on long passing plays like that.
That was just a 50-50 ball thrown up to Cray Burns. It'll be 3rd down once again for the Broncos. Panthers need a big stop here. Really trying to get in this game, only down by 9. See what they can do here. The fans and student section are getting loud. Here we go. Leonard looks left. He's going to roll out left. He sees a lane, and he'll pick up the 1st down.
Park Hill South, good job on coverage on that play, locking up all the receivers, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But still in those events, you got to cover the quarterback, got to make sure he can't find a lane to make moves like that. As you've shown, he's consistently willing to go outside and run the ball. He's not afraid to run it, something the Park Hill South defense ought to be aware of.
All right, so 1st and 10 again for the Broncos. Panthers got 4 up front. It'll be a handoff to Howes. Howes is going to be brought down for about a 5-yard gain. 4, excuse me.
.440 remaining in the first half. Looking like Lee Summit North is willing to drain the clock down to halftime.
Alrighty, 2nd and 6 here for the Broncos. Leonard motions over Obi. And looks like that'll be a 1st down pickup for Lee Summit North.
Park Hill South has shown that they are really getting beat on these consistent small moves down the field that are generating offense for Lee Summit North. They've thrived off the big moments like pick six and onside kicks, but when it comes to consistency, Lee Summit North has them beat. They got to turn that around if they want to make a stop on defense.
All righty. Handoff for North here. That's Howes, breaks one tackle. He'll juke a defender. That'll be about a 25-yard pickup.
Looks like Howes might have gotten the face mask of the defender there, but no call from the referees.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the Panthers 35 here.
Lee Summit North approaching field goal range.
You know, you can't really be sure of their field goal range, though. I mean, that might be our field goal range.
Right.
I'm not
Absolutely
sure.
right.
I'm not sure how big of a boot their kicker's got, but
Well, so far he's had a kick blocked and one made. So, doesn't tell you a whole lot about the guy.
and they're trading out kickers too. They've got a different kicker for kickoff than they do for PATs. So, kind of tricks me up a little bit. Not really sure where they would go here.
At this point, if I'm the Park Hill South Panthers, I'm thinking I want to stop with at least 2 or 3 minutes on the board. Something make meaningful action happen on offense. Maybe a field goal at least. That way we're within one score coming into the second half. You know, something to really chip away the strength of the Lee Summit North team.
You know, and with the Panthers getting the ball back at the start of the second half, you got to say, like you said, a field goal here for the Panthers would be really big. Going into getting the ball back, possibly come back from the locker room, come back from halftime, potentially get on top. But that all starts with a big stop here from the defense. All righty, 1st and 10 from the 35 for Lee Summit North. Elijah Leonard. He's going to fake the handoff, throws a screen to Howes. Howes is going to bounce it out to the right, run up the sideline, and pushed out of bounds.
Broncos looking like they want to score a touchdown. Add insult to injury here at the end of the half.
It's Brady O'Hara pushing Howes out of bounds there, saving the touchdown for South. .47 left here in this first half. Another handoff, and he'll come up just short. Looks to be about 2 yards short of the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal from 3.
Second and goal here from the 3-yard line for Lee Summit North. See if they'll just try to punch this one in. Looks like they will, and they'll pull it off.
Corey Lee on the carry. Touchdown, Lee Summit North.
Touchdown for the Broncos. It's Corey Lee punching it in for 6. Kicking the field goal once again, it's Liam Kays, the senior. The snap, the hold, and it is good. Lee Summit North Broncos 26, Park Hill South Panthers 10.
Panthers should make good use of the 3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the half. A field goal, a touchdown, anything to chip away at that now 16-point deficit. 2 scores, no matter what they score. The Park Hill School District would like to thank our Ruby and Topaz level partners: Pizza Shop, Southern Bank, Eileen's Cookies, Braces by Billings, Jason's Deli, Restore Church, Big Frog Custom T-Shirts, Diane's School of Dance, Apollon Martial Arts, and Oaks Kia. Thank you for sponsoring the Park Hill School District.
And Scooter's Coffee.
Can't forget Scooter's Coffee.
I gotta say, I go for the smoothies more than the coffee, though. Not a big coffee guy. Big smoothie guy, though.
Milner and Smith back for the Panthers, ready to receive the kickoff.
Milner, one big play this game. See if he can get us going with another one. Logan Houchin to kick off. And it will be returnable. Marcel Milner trying to get another will play. He's going to run up to the left. He's got a hole, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line. Looks like he had a little bit more room than he actually did there for a second. But here comes the Panthers offense. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. 75 yards to go for a touchdown. What do you think, Ben?
Well, I think if I'm Coach Ponce, I'm probably thinking, touchdown or at the very least field goal. Get us down to scoring range. Show that we are an offense that can actually make some meaningful plays instead of having, the occasional lucky flag to keep us going.
All right, Polakovic, quick screen. Tyree Flowers on the catch.
Good plays like those, simple but effective. Piled up, they'll make a big difference. Lee Summit North has proven that.
Lee Summit North calling a timeout with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the first half. And going back to check up on Williams Winery, I've only seen him get one pressure so far.
Yeah, so far only one sack, I think, from the Lee Summit North defense. Nothing too severe. All the hype and all the talk leading up to this game has been about this number 3 national recruit, Mizzou committed D lineman. But, so far it looks like South and their own line has done a good job keeping him contained.
And I mean, I can see him from up here. He's not a small guy. I think he stands at around 6'6". I think 250 pounds. I'd be scared.
No, certainly do us a favor at Mizzou.
Well, I mean KU really, but whatever you say.
Well, that's another issue.
Alrighty, Polakovic. 3 out to his right, 1 to his left. He's going to look right immediately. Quick screen, and he'll just go down. A lot of screens run here by South. It'll be 3rd and 1 here for South as the Lee Summit North Broncos coaching staff call another timeout, trying to conserve as much time as they can to potentially get the ball back, drive down, and get one more score in before this half is over.
Panthers only have to get 2 yards to get a first down here. Something that they could accomplish with one of their quick passes we've seen tonight, a quick screen, or maybe even a run. We're yet to see many runs from the Panthers. Perhaps a run on the outside opposite of Williams Winery.
I got to say, I kind of want to see us just let loose a little bit, maybe throw one up, just see what the boys can do, Always makes the game a little bit more fun.
Here come the Panthers.
All righty. 5 wide here for South. Polakovic alone in the backfield. And almost picked off. That's number 1, Robin Lucas on the pass breakup.
Now you think they're going to go for it here?
I think they would. Nope.
Looks like a punt. They're deep in their own territory. Might not have been a good move to go on 4th. Still 2:30 remaining in the first half. Panthers 10, Lee Summit North 26. Let's see if Mason Love can pin him deep.
Mason Love boots it. Great hang time. Broncos are going to let it fall. And it'll be down at the Broncos' own 41-yard line. Backspin on that punt.
Maybe a little too much backspin on that punt there, setting up the Broncos nicely for a potential touchdown drive. They've proven that it can make these drives happen in 1:30, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And with 2:25 on the board, nothing's off the table if you're a Broncos player.
Alrighty, so 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half. See if the Broncos will try to drive down here, score a touchdown. They've got 59 yards to go in 2 minutes, 25 seconds, no timeouts. And they'll motion Howes out. They've got 5 wide. Leonard, he's going to throw it up right. And a great defense. That is great defense right there from Marcel Milner. Coming up big in this game. Great breakup.
Panthers have proven of late that when they're on man coverage deep, that they're willing to make those stops, and they can make those stops.
You know, Marcel Milner, not the biggest guy. I think he stands about 5'9". But he's come up pretty big. He's quick, too. Runs track for South. Alrighty. Leonard, he's going to quick hand off to Howes. Howes, he's going to get up the middle for, looks like about 10 yards. 9. They'll be just barely short.
You know, if you're Lee Summit North right now, you're probably thinking, we're up 16. Why not go for some risky plays? Why not try to go deep like they did in that previous play stopped by number 22, Marcel Milner? And I think we can expect more of this to happen on this drive.
Leonard, quick throw to Mosey here. Mosey, a junior wide receiver. Looks like North will go in a no huddle here. They're going to throw it left, and there's a man just wide open.
Lee Summit North taking advantage of the Panthers' confusion to call these no huddle plays, proving right there that they can get a man wide open and move the chains once again, as they have been able to do this entire game.
That's sophomore William Ray on the catch for Lee Summit North. Just nobody anywhere near him. Not something you want to see.
First and 10, ball on the 31.
Leonard's going to take the snap and just throws it away. Martez Obi asking for a flag. Looks like he gets it. See if it'll be what he was asking for.
Flag wasn't thrown near.
It'll be pass interference on South.
There you go.
That'll move the Broncos up. It'll be a first down. It'll move them up a lot.
Yeah, it's 15 yards there. 15 yards closer to another touchdown from the Lee Summit North Broncos.
Alrighty. So from the 16-yard line, it'll be first and 10 for the Broncos. Leading by 16 points. Leonard's going to take the snap. He's got a man wide open on the left. Tries to truck one defender, but he'll get stopped short at about the 4-yard line.
Leonard has proven he's able to keep calm under the Park Hill South defense's pressure and make nice passes like them to keep the chains moving. Park Hill South really needs to force him out of the pocket, make him do some risky throws, and force another interception or possibly a pick six so we can have a change of hands.
Minute 13 left here in the half. First and goal from the 4-yard line. Leonard, quick handoff to Howes. Howes.
Touchdown, Lee Summit North. That brings the deficit to 22. 32, Lee Summit North, 10, Park Hill South Panthers.
All right. You know, it's the number 1 team in Missouri.
Yeah, no one expected us to win, I will say that.
I gotta say, but the pick six, the onside kick,
That was exciting.
it shows we're not done. You know, we've got good talent on this team. We've got people who want to play. We've got people who will play hard, and they'll try their best in these situations, and you can't blame them for that at all.
Speaking of that onside kick, you know, I said the Lee Summit North Broncos are willing to take risks considering how high they are now. I think Coach Ponce and the Park Hill South offense might also and maybe should consider taking some risk with 50 seconds left. At least try to get a deep throw so they can get into field goal range and try to chip away at the dramatic 23-point deficit they're in.
I mean, you're down by at least 3 scores at this point. Now it's time you got to start. Like you said, you got to start risking it a little bit. I mean, even if it's something you wouldn't normally do, now's the time. You really just got to put the pedal to the metal. You got to go.
Absolutely.
Milner on the return. Brought down quick. Looks to be at about the 11-yard line. Panthers with no timeouts have 44 seconds to go, 89 yards.
Panthers here need to be taking risks, but they also need to be dotting their I's and crossing their T's, making sure they aren't making any crucial mistakes like they've been making throughout this entire game. Incomplete passes, busted coverage. That's been the theme so far from Park Hill South.
If I'm Drew Polakovich here, I think I'm at the point where I'm just starting to throw 50-50 balls up. You got Kyle Dunaway, he's 6'5". Marcus Parker, 6'5".
Good job right there, making the Lee Summit North defense jump.
Give the Panthers a little bit more room to work, but I mean, as I was saying, I think you've got the height on the receivers where I think you just have to trust them to go up and get it. I think that's the ball game you have to start to play.
Yeah, the Panthers should look at getting some one-on-one coverage so they can get those 50-50 balls thrown up in the air.
Kyle Dunaway here at the top of your screen. He looks like he's one-on-one. Panthers just going to hand it off. They might just be trying to run this clock out.
There goes the helmet.
Number 5, Tommy Lisenby with the carry.
Looking like the Panthers are going to drain the clock down to halftime. 27 seconds remaining in the half.
See if the Panthers just run this down to the half or see if they'll try to get one more play off. Clock ticking down. They'll get one more play off. Polakovich, pressured by Winery. He's just going to get rid of it.
And that is halftime here at Preston Field. Park Hill South 10, Lee Summit North 33. Braden, what are your thoughts so far about today's performance?
You know, so far, I mean, Park Hill South is my school. I always want them to win. I always want to see them do good. A couple of exciting plays here in the first half, but we'll see how they do in the second. We'll see you guys after the break.
Enjoy tonight's halftime performance and help welcome to the field the Park Hill South Marching Band and Southside Dance Team. The marching band is under the direction of Andrew Gillespie. Drum makers are Tara Fitzpatrick, Emma Kimball, and Claire Richardson. The color guard captain is Ella Tiki. The dance team is under the direction of Emma Book and Brady Canomas, and led by captains Lila Vandigan and Lilia Thompson, and co-captains Ashley McLaren and Audrey Morrow. Tonight, please enjoy the 90s hit All-Star by Smash Mouth, followed by the marching band field show, Nashville. gentlemen, they are your Broncos South Panther marching band. We hope you have enjoyed the halftime performance of the Broncos South Panther marching band. Special thanks to the Broncos South faculty, staff, administration, and parents for their continued support. We wish the Panther football players and coaches good luck on another great season.
And welcome back to Preston Field for the second half of football between Park Hill South and Lee Summit North. Once again, I'm Braden Josendale.
And I'm Ben Shepard, and here's Tana Jones with more on a first half performance.
That Drew Polakovich wincing, I guess, as he comes off the field at the half. It'll be Javius Smith. He's going to touch it. I don't know what he's doing. He's going to try to take it up the middle. He'll get brought down around the 18-yard line.
Good recovery there by Smith, making sure that muff didn't prevent any sort of major yardage.
It'll be the Park Hill South offense back on the field. Drew Polakovich is back out there, although some wincing coming off after the first half. Two to the left, one to the right for the Panthers. Marcus Parker behind the left tackle. It'll be a throw, tipped and dropped. That's Kyle Dunaway, the intended receiver.
Maybe the longest pass attempt by the Panthers so far. They've been very conservative on the air game.
Probably. I mean, I think if I'm Justin Ponce, I gotta start thinking about throwing some deeper balls. You know, you gotta trust your quarterback, trust your receivers.
You know, I hate to say it, you're absolutely right. What do they have to lose, really? Well,
and
I
there's
guess
another
maybe a ball
attempted
could be
screen.
tipped.
It's tipped. Here we go, 3rd and 10 for the Panthers on the opening drive of the second half. Really not what you want to see here coming out of the locker room.
No, this is totally a momentum killer if you're the Park Hill South Panthers, viewers, wherever you are. You know, you want to see your team make major gains, especially coming in from a 23-point deficit.
Alrighty, 3 to the left for Polakovich. Immediate pressure. He's going to roll out. Throws one up, and tipped by Lee Summit North and almost caught. Tyree Flowers on the almost catch there.
Good pressure from Kamari Moore on Lee Summit North, making sure that Drew Polakovich is forced out of the pocket, hadn't made that deep throw.
Sorry about those technical difficulties on our sideline report. Mason Love on the punt. Very high punt, not very deep. It'll be downed at the Panthers' own 48-yard line. Not a great punt there for Mason Love.
No, and Lee Summit North, only 33 seconds into the half, is already in Panther territory, soon to be field goal range.
Alrighty, so the Panthers defense back out there, including Troy Moore. Haven't seen much of him yet this game. Seen a little bit, but not too much.
Let's see how the Panthers defense has changed up since the half.
The regular 5 out there. Regular 5, I was right. Regular 5 out there for the Broncos. It'll be the quick little sweep to Mosey. Mosey's going to lose the ball, and it's recovered. Keyro Martin on the fumble recovery. A great play by the Panthers defense to get on top of that ball, and just an absolute fumble and mishap by Isaiah Mosey.
That's just what Park Hill South was looking for, Braden, a real momentum changer, making sure that the Panthers have something to go off of.
All righty, we'll see if Park Hill South can capitalize on this turnover. Offense comes back out. See what they can do here
You know what?
after
Maybe this
that
was their
turnover.
plan all along. They'd punt, and then they'd force fumble. And now, look, they've gotten 40 yards.
Well, it looks like Mosey just couldn't get a good grasp on the ball there. Kind of bobbled it a little bit after Leonard tossed it to him. And eventually just couldn't keep hold of it, fell out of his hands. And Kiro Martin with another fumble recovery, his second on the season. Chance Taylor to the left of Polakovic. He's going to throw one up wide open. That's Kyle Dunaway. Kyle Dunaway, 10, 5, and waiting for the signal. He's down just shy of the end zone. Almost a touchdown right there from South. A great way to start this second half. Oh, it is
Touchdown.
in.
They called it.
Touchdown, Panthers.
What a great way to start the second half.
A late call there from the officials, but they're in for 6.
I was going to say, right before that play, you know, the Panthers have had these amazing opportunities, and they've really profited off of them, but they need to make more of them, just like they did in this situation.
All right, Mason Love on for the kick. And it is good. Park Hill South makes it 17-33. Reduces the deficit by 7. All righty, now we are going to send it down to Tana back on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. After some frustration after that first half, the Panthers come out with a ton of energy, and they score in less than a minute in the first half. You see, Drew Polakovic was in a bit of pain on the way out from the first half, but hopefully he's looking good for the rest of the game. Hopefully this energy can take us on for the rest of the game. Thank you. Now back to you.
Thanks, Tana. Mason Love will kick off here for South. That cut the deficit down to 16.
Not great, not terrible.
Better than it was before. Mason Love with a boot.
Right to the back of the end zone, forcing a touchback.
Mason Love's kick goes in the end zone for a touchback. The Lee Summit North starting, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Alrighty, so Lee Summit North, their offense will try to come on and have, well, let's just say a better outing than last time.
Absolutely.
I gotta say, we're not even a minute through this third quarter.
No, and it's been the most exciting start I think the Panthers could have hoped for.
Go 3 and out on your first drive. Turn the ball back over. While they've only not scored once on all their drives in the first half, you get them to fumble, and then you score a touchdown.
Let's see if lightning strikes twice.
Howes is going to take it up the right, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, and he'll get pushed out for about a 2-yard gain.
Good stop by the Panthers, making sure Lee Summit North can't make any meaningful plays off of these runs. They've been doing that the entire game and have really beaten the Panthers on the run game, really tiring out the defense.
Alrighty, so it will be, looks like 2nd and about 8 here for South. See if they can have a repeat of last drive. Howes is going to get the rock again, and he'll get up the middle for about 4.
Number 5, Tanner Howes on the carry. Stop made by number 29, Carter Strong.
Broncos looking about a 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2. Panthers looking for a meaningful 3rd down stop, something they haven't been able to create this entire game. But coming out of the gates like they did just a few seconds ago, let's see if they can take some of that momentum and put it to work at defense.
Alrighty, 4 men up on the line for South, 7 on the line for Lee Summit North. It's going to be another handoff, and he's going to get stopped, but he will pick up the 1st down. So it'll be a 1st down for Lee Summit North.
Number 6, Corey Lee on the
and they'll keep their drive going.
East Summit North sending up a 1st and 10 here on their own 32-yard line.
Alrighty, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Elijah Leonard leading the way. Gonna take the snap, looks right, immediately throws. He's gonna be brought down quickly. That's Isaiah Mosey, I believe, on the catch. You know, another detail I forgot to mention in the first half, I believe Isaiah Mosey, that number 2, he's the head coach's son.
Well, seems like football runs in the family.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So it will be, I think, a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4 here. 2 to both sides for the Broncos. It's going to be a handoff to Howes. Howes is going to get brought down quickly for about maybe a yard.
Another good stop, another 3rd down being set up here. Panthers have to capitalize on these opportunities. They haven't really shown that they've been doing that this game. You know, it could really be a momentum changer if they make that happen.
Alrighty, looks like another 3rd and 4 for Lee Summit North on their own 36-yard line. I'm not sure if you're expecting a run or a pass here. We've seen both. Let's see what we get now. It's going to be a handoff. Tanner Howes is going to get stopped short of the 1st down line, and that'll be a 4th down for the Broncos.
There you go. Well,
are they going to give him the 1st?
Chains haven't moved, but the sign says 1st down. So I'm not completely sure where we're at now.
Looks like they will give him the 1st down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos. I thought he looked short, but that's from up here. I don't have the best view. Wide open. It's William Ray on the catch for North.
Yeah, Ray's done a good job making separation. That's not the only time he's been wide open. The Panthers need to cross their T's and dot their I's, like I said earlier. They're letting all these receivers get loose and making great plays for Lee Summit North's offense.
Alrighty, so that's another catch where William Ray wide open on the side of the field.
1st and 10, ball on the Panthers 42.
Leonard looks right. He's going to throw, but it's broken up. Deontay Wells, a great play. So that's Wells, I believe, 2nd pass breakup of the game.
Yeah, he's done a great job making his presence felt here in today's game. You know, the Panthers have had these glimmers of hope throughout this entire game. It's only 17-33, which, you know, in a normal game would be considered a daunting deficit, but considering we're playing the #1 team in the state, it's a little relieving.
Alrighty, Leonard's going to take the snap, immediate handoff to Howes. Howes is going to be brought down back for only a yard, but there is a flag in the backfield. We'll see who that goes against.
Looks like a flag on Lee Summit North.
It's going to be a personal foul, I believe, unnecessary roughness on Lee Summit North, so that'll push him back. It's Richmond Wilson down there for South trying to pump up this crowd a little bit.
Sets up a 2nd and long for Lee Summit North.
Alrighty, so that'll push him back a pretty good amount, 15 yards. So it looks like it's going to be 2nd. Let's see. My math skills
maybe
aren't
like
the best.
2nd and 18 maybe, or 2nd and 20. Pretty significant margin here. Again, the Panthers have had these moments where they can make something happen, but so far haven't really capitalized on them. This is one of them coming up right now.
So it'll be 2nd and 25 here for Lee Summit North. You know, if you're Park Hill South there, you're pretty much almost guaranteeing a stop. There's no way you should really allow them to get forward on this.
There you go. Another great stop. That's only about 7 for the Broncos there.
Martez Obi on the catch. So that'll bring up, looks like about a 3rd and 18.
Once again, another 3rd down. The Panthers really need to make the most of the situation. You know, the Broncos, if they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to get a big gap in a run, make some meaningful yards, or have a guy completely wide open under broken coverage. The Panthers need to make sure these problems don't come up again on 3rd down, as they have consistently throughout the game.
Alrighty, 3rd and 17 here for the Broncos. Panthers need a big stop here. This is a guaranteed punt almost. They're not in field goal range. You just can't allow a 1st down here. Leonard, he's going to dump it off to Howes. Howes is going to he's going to juke out a couple defenders. Open field to the left, but he is brought down short of the 1st down marker. But it's only going to be a 4th down and 3 here for Lee Summit North.
Referee calling injury timeout, looks like, for number 72, Quinn Dooley. Training staff coming in to check up on him. He got up, looks like he's all right. 4th and 3. Braden, what are you thinking? They're going for it?
Looks like the offense is staying out there, so I think the Broncos are going to try their luck and go for it here. Need the Panthers defense to come up with a big stop.
You know, why not? They've proven that they can work it out in these tough situations, and considering they're up, why not?
Officials are going to call a timeout here. Defensive coordinator for South, Zach Cunningham, trying to pump up his defense, pull off this big stop.
This is one of those moments in a game that could really shift the momentum. If the Panthers get a stop here, get the ball back, score at least a field goal, then we're looking at a deficit that is completely manageable, and even the potential to win this game against this brutal team.
Alrighty, so it will be 4th and 3 on the Panthers' 35-yard line.
We'd like to thank KC Braces and Kids. Score big with a winning smile. Visit KC Braces and Kids, your one-stop destination for top-notch orthodontic and pediatric dental care. Let us keep your teeth in the game. Book your appointment today at kcbracesandkids.com.
Alrighty, here comes the Lee Summit North offense. Trying to convert this 4th and 3. Panthers need a big stop here.
Home team
Rage
making
Cage
some noise.
getting into it. Crowd getting into it. Here we go. Elijah Leonard, he's going to take the snap. He's going to take it himself. And he's going to get it, and he's going to get a couple more.
Flag from the backfield close to the play. Maybe a holding.
It's going to be a hold on Lee Summit
There
North,
you
so
go.
that play is coming back. That'll turn it into a 4th and 13 for Lee Summit North. And you got to think they're going to punt here.
Maybe even a field goal. Although, once again.
I don't think they have Mason Love. I
Right,
don't know about it.
exactly. Referees checking the spot, conferencing, once again, having their little meetings.
Alrighty, so yep, it is
It's
holding.
official. And it looks like the Broncos are going to keep their offense out in the field.
I think they are punting. I did actually go to the Lee Summit North and Liberty North game last week, 2 of the top teams in the state. And if I can remember correctly, they keep their quarterback out there, and I think he might be punting the ball for them.
Well, let's watch for the trickery.
Fourth and 10
Here
here
we
for
go.
the Broncos. Elijah Leonard in the backfield. He motions over Drew Gray. Motions out Tanner Howes. Motions back over Howes. Elijah Leonard, yep, he's just going to punt it.
Oh, what a shank that punt. Right about to the 24. This is exactly what the Panthers needed, a stop. They finally got a stop with 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. A touchdown here, you're up. You're only down by 9 points. A very manageable 9 points, I might say.
Alrighty, so the Panthers are down by 16. Technically, it is a two-possession game if they can go for two and get it both times. So Drew Polakovic will try to lead this Panthers offense back down the field for another touchdown.
First and 10 on Panthers 23.
Polakovic is going to take the snap, immediately throws left. That is incomplete, intended for Tyree Flowers.
Looking like Coach Ponce is sticking with his conservative screen passes, get it out of the hands of your quarterback quick before any of the D-line comes collapsing in on you. Way to force an offsides there.
Offside on the defense, so that'll be 1st and 5 now for South. Second and 5.
Seems like Lee Summit North is sort of losing their stature, losing their footing here in this game. They're making more mistakes in the second half than they did in the first, with the pick six outstanding.
Oh, a no call there. Another neutral zone infraction looked like from Waneri. It's going to be a quick throw to Chance Taylor. He's going to get in between his block. Jukes one defender. He's going to pick up the first down and a little bit more. About a 10-yard gain there for Chance Taylor in the Panthers offense. A little bit of light shining from this Panthers offense.
Panthers looking well composed coming into the second half. They so far have a touchdown and are moving the chains more than they have in the first half. Let's see what they come up with next.
Alrighty, Polakovic. He's got two to his left, two to his right. Another quick screen. Tyree Flowers didn't turn around in enough time. You know, Panthers going with these screen passes a lot. Quite honestly, from up here, it looks like they're not too confident in their quarterback, and they're not too confident in their receivers. I don't know. I think if you let them loose a little bit, let them throw a little bit of deeper balls, I think that gets their confidence up too.
I agree, Braden. We're yet to see any one-on-one, 50-50 balls thrown up in the air, and I think we have good talent in the wide receiver core, and that ought to be utilized.
Polakovic almost gets one offside there. He actually falls down. Gets a snap off, a handoff.
A rare run from the freshman there.
Magnus Hohenschel, excuse me.
The only freshman, in fact, on the Park Hill South football team.
I gotta say though, he's a tiny guy standing at I think 5'3", 5'4" compared to, I mean you got varsity seniors out there standing at, I mean compared to Waneri, he's 6'6", over about a foot and a half taller than him.
Yeah. Well, he's starting off strong early in his football career.
Alrighty, Polakovic. He's gonna roll out right, takes a hit, but he stepped out. It will not be an interception. He stepped out of bounds at the 35.
Maybe for the best.
Yeah.
Lee Summit North student section clearly not demonstrating a strong football knowledge.
Punt team will come out for South. Mason Love on once again.
Another missed opportunity from the Park Hill South Panthers. That's maybe one of the only drives, or one of two drives that the Broncos did not score on. And, you know, these rare opportunities, you can't count on them happening.
Alrighty, Mason Love back to punt this ball. Good snap and a boom of a punt. A great punt. And he's going to let it go, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. A great punt there from Mason Love with a little bit of celebration afterwards. I mean, he's the #1 punter in the nation for a reason.
Good job by Mason Love pinning them deep. Park Hill South's defense has another opportunity to make a good stop. And in that deep of a territory and with that sketchy of a punter, they're sure to get the ball within Lee Summit North territory if they make a stop here.
Alrighty, so Lee Summit North is going to start back at their own 10-yard line. They'll have 90 yards to go if they want to put up 6 here. Elijah Leonard out there again for the Broncos. He's going to look right. He's going to throw right. Throws it up. He's got a man wide open, but overthrows him. Cray Burns. Right there, cut through the coverage.
That could have been really a game ender for Park Hill South. That would have put him up about 24, 23 points. Again, they can't let, they got to cut these loose ends. They got to make sure they're covered.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Lee Summit up 33-17.
2nd and 10, ball on the Lee Summit North 10.
Alrighty, it's going to be a handoff to Howes. Howes is going to get pushed forward. He's just not going down. He'll pick up about 6.
3rd down coming up. Let's see how Park Hill South's defense responds. Officially a 3rd and 4 on the Lee Summit North 16.
Alrighty, Panthers need a stop here. Elijah Leonard tries to draw him offside once.
10 seconds on the clock.
Leonard's going to take the snap. He's going to pass. Thrown. Picked off Marcel Milner. Again, Marcel Milner.
Way.
Touchdown. Oh.
Touchdown, Park Hill South.
Panthers. Another pick 6. His 2nd of the game. Marcel Milner. What more do I have to say?
Amazing work from Marcel Milner on defense. He's really been keeping the Panthers in the game, amounting to the 2/3 of the Panthers' scores altogether. Here's Mason Love for the field goal.
I think Marcel might be mad at me for thinking he wasn't playing at the beginning of this game. I mean, gets that first pick 6.
He's definitely here.
Comes back, gets a nice return, and gets another pick 6. I mean, kind of surprising the Panthers didn't go for 2 there, considering they're down 16 points. Could have put them within 8 points, and that would be
you
one
think
possession.
they would have taken the risk, because even now they're still a 2-score game. Had they missed the 2-point conversion, had they not made that, then they still would have been in the same situation. Interesting call from Coach Ponce and the offensive coordinator there. We'd like to mention one of our sponsors, State Farm. Jeff Zigmat, State Farm, has served the Park Hill community for more than 18 years and is honored to contribute to the Park Hill School District. Please call Jeff Zigmat, State Farm, for all your insurance and financial service needs. State Farm, surprisingly great rates.
So Park Hill South now down 9 points after Marcel Milner's 2nd pick 6 of the game. Really showing out tonight. Mason Love's going to boot it. It'll be a touchback.
Panthers really demonstrating a change of timbre and pace of their game. Hopefully they can keep it up and make sure that Lee Summit North doesn't get any more points on the board.
You know, last week Lee Summit North played Liberty North, the number 3 team in Missouri. And the Broncos, they held on. They won 27-20, but Park Hill South here already putting up more points than the Eagles. You know, it's kind of surprising considering they have one of the top teams in the state.
You know, a lot of people discounted us early on. They thought the Panthers, you know, no shot to get more than 3 points on the board, but here we are now, a 2-score game, 9-point differential. Let's see how they respond and continue this momentum.
It's going to be a handoff to Howes. Howes brought down quickly.
Stopped there by number 9, Kiro Martin, doing a good job, making sure the run game is stuffed.
You know, the defense contributing 14 points here tonight. Really great showing from South. I'm sure Coach Cunningham is happy. His defensive players are putting up a great fight, stopping the Broncos when they can. As there's another great run defense by the Panthers.
East Summit North seems like they haven't changed much of their game since the second half. They've been trying to do what they've been doing all game long, which, you know, was generally successful in the beginning. But going in the second half, Park Hill South has changed their tactics. Lee Summit North ought to adapt.
Now it is a big third down here for Park Hill South. 3rd and 5 for Lee Summit North. They need a stop here. This can put them right back in the game. All right, here comes Lee Summit North. He's going to roll out right. He's got a little bit of room. Throws, caught. Once again, just an open receiver.
Great connection there from Leonard to Ray, making another wide open play happen. Good job maneuvering around the pocket, make sure that the defense doesn't collapse in on you. Panthers, though, demonstrating that they can put pressure on their quarterback. They just have to capitalize on that and seal off the play when the quarterback rolls out.
I got to say, that was a pretty impressive play by Elijah Leonard, though. Rolling out, cross-body. Looked like he might have jumped in the middle of that throw as well. You got to give him props on that one. There's not much you can do.
Absolutely, Brandon. Totally agree.
Alrighty, so the Broncos first down again. It's going to be a quick toss, and he's going to be swallowed up. Kiro Martin brings down Elmoni Vance. So it'll be 2nd and 12 now for Lee Summit North. This Panthers D-line just won't let up.
And, you know, I think the D-line has really gotten used to the, you know, tactics of Lee Summit North. Like I said, Lee Summit North has remained pretty consistent, pretty static with their gameplay. And Park Hill South has identified their weaknesses and taken advantage of them.
Alrighty, 2nd and 12 here for the Broncos. Leonard, he's going to look left, look right. He'll have Ray wide open again. And Ray's going to be brought down after a gain of about 20 yards almost.
You know, with all that said, Braden, Park Hill South still, you know, their weakness is obviously the air game, especially on the deep ball. All the time these receivers are getting wide open, and Park Hill South hasn't really, you know, been able to stop that.
Seconds ticking down here on the clock of the 3rd quarter. 25 and counting.
Looking like the Broncos might let it go down to the quarter.
Alrighty, so it looks like we're going to head into the 4th quarter here without the Broncos running a play. We do have Tana down on the sidelines with another sideline report.
Thanks, guys. This game is a season of first. So I'm here with 2 Park Hill South freshmen, Leo and Liam, and we asked them a few questions. Hey, guys, what's your first Rage Cage experience like?
It's great. A lot of, like, yelling and screaming. It's really fun, too. It's so much hype in it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of energy, and the seniors are definitely the loudest.
Okay, what are you guys looking forward to most this season?
The Panthers winning. I would agree. I don't think we're going to lose a single game.
Thank you guys so much for being out here. Now back to you. Smile.
Alrighty, thanks guys. Thanks Tana, Liam, and Leo. Hope you guys are having fun down there for your first game here at Preston Field. It's always a great time down in the Rage Cage, I gotta tell you. Alrighty, so the Panthers are gonna go into the fourth quarter here, down 9 points. Putting up a better fight than I think a lot of people thought they would have.
Yeah, this is the lowest deficit they've been in since the beginning of the game, the first touchdown from Lee Summit North. Park Hill South's Rage Cage student section really showing that they're still in this game. It's still a packed house here tonight, and we're not giving up.
Alrighty, so it'll be a 1st and 10 with the ball on the Panthers 33 for the Lee Summit North Broncos, as Elijah Leonard's going to take the snap. He's going to roll out, and he's going to scramble right. He's going to pick up the first down. He's going to pick up more, eventually juking out of bounds at the 21, or knocked out by number 21, I'm sorry. Looks like he stepped out at about the 25. One of the Panther fans here thought there was a holding call on that play.
Yeah, it looks like 76 might be holding. If you had keen ears, you might have picked up on that. But I'm sure the refs are just as competent as they have been throughout this entire game. Do with that interpretation as you will.
Alrighty, so 1st and 10 on the 25. It's going to be a handoff and brought down for a gain of 1 yard. That's L.J. Brown on the carry.
You know, a field goal here can make it really difficult for the Panthers to come back from this deficit. It changes the touchdown and field goal to 2 touchdowns, something that the Panthers offense has only been able to do once, and that the defense has had to come and step up to make happen. And, you know, we can't always rely on Lee Summit North screw-ups to put points on the board.
2nd and 9 here. Lee Summit North. Leonard going to throw, and he's got a man wide open for a Broncos touchdown.
You know, that might be the worst thing that could have happened.
William Ray right there, wide open, once again for 6.
It's all about how you get up from defeat and come back. There's a flag down in the field. Looks like the refs are going to have another one of their trademark powwows and discuss it for the next 2 minutes.
Alrighty, so it'll be Liam K's on for the field goal.
Holding call on Lee Summit North. Although they're still giving them the touchdown.
My guess is that it'll be enforced on the kickoff, but we'll see. Alrighty, so
block.
It's blocked.
There's a block.
They're gonna call it dead though. 2nd blocked field goal of the game.
You know, if only this were the NFL, Braden, we could have seen that return for 2. Something that would have really been nice, considering we're now in a 15-point deficit. We'd like to thank Liberty Hospital. To live your best life, you can't let bone, muscle, or joint pain stand in your way. With Liberty Hospital Orthopedics, staffed by MU Healthcare physicians, you don't have to. Their comprehensive expertise delivers high-quality care that keeps you moving forward, because life is better in motion. To learn more, go to libertyhospital.org/lifeinmotion. I'll tell you what, these Panthers ought to live life in motion. You know, moving down the field more often maybe.
Yep, looks like they will enforce that on the kickoff. But, you know, the Panthers haven't given up, and that's something I think we're all happy to see. They're staying fighting.
Milner and Smith back to receive. Milner, 2 pick sixes on the game. Let's see if he can make his presence known here on this kickoff. Well, his presence known even more.
That kick will be returnable. It'll be Javius Smith. He's going to run it to the left. Breaks a couple tackles, breaks a couple more, and he is eventually brought down at the 43-yard line. A great return from Javius Smith.
Yeah, Smith showing that this game isn't over. There's still 11 minutes left on the game. Plenty of time to make a touchdown, a couple of stops, another one. This is exactly what Park Hill South's looking for, these moments to capitalize, these kick returns, these punt returns, these interceptions. Events like these don't happen too often, and Park Hill South ought to make the most of them.
So 1st and 10 from it looks to be the 44-yard line for South. You know, if I'm Coach Ponce, time's starting to wind down. Now's when you really got to kick it into high gear. You got to start going for points. Can't keep throwing screen passes all game.
Nope,
and
you cannot.
Alrighty, and Polakovic, he's going to look right.
Under
he's
pressure.
going to roll out and brought down. There's Williams-Winery.
Horrible loss of yardage. Looking at 30 yards. All we can hope for next is a 30-yard pass.
Good luck.
Good luck, indeed.
Alrighty, so 2nd and 27 from the 27-yard line. Drew Polakovic, he's going to look to regain that loss. And a false start.
Offsides on the Panthers. Pushes them back another 5.
So it'll now be 2nd and 32 on Park Hill South. So let's try this again. Alrighty, 2nd and 32 from the Panthers' own 22-yard line. Polakovic. He's going to look right. He's going to throw one pretty deep and overthrown. Looking for Tyree Flowers on that.
At least Coach Ponce is calling some bold plays at this point.
That's something I like to see.
As always, the man coming at the worst moments.
Nine minutes and 44 seconds left here in this game. Panthers down by 15. Alrighty, and Polakovic tries to draw him off sides. Almost does. 2 seconds, 1 second, and delay of game on the Panthers.
I'm not sure what the Panthers' plans are here.
Looks like they got the timeout off before the delay of game, but still not a great. You really don't want to use up a timeout there. You're down by 15.
Even if they had gotten that encroachment call, it would have been a marginal difference. They're looking at a 3rd and 27 instead of their 3rd and 32 now. And considering, the resistance to making any deep balls, I'm not sure what they we're looking for in that play. Here's the play, 3rd and 32. Ball on the Panthers' 22-yard line.
Alrighty, Panthers looking for a big play here, trying to get them back in the game. You got to think it's going to be a deep ball from Polakovic. Personally, I think he should launch it up to the senior Dunaway, and we're going to run it. We're going to run it on 3rd and 32, down by 15.
Well,
I guess I get not wanting to throw an interception, but when there's only 9 minutes left in the game, I don't think that's what you do there. Granted, I'm not a football head coach, so maybe
we'll call it first season jitters.
Alrighty, so Mason Love on to punt. Launches it, and it's going to roll.
Beautiful
It's going to roll down to about the 25-yard line. Great punt there from Mason Love. Broncos will have 75 yards to go.
You know, looking back on that drive, that really speaks to what we've seen this entire game. The Panthers aren't so much making points and generating offense or any meaningful attacks on offense. You know, they're going with these screen passes, these low ball runs. But it's the defense that's been putting in the energy, picking up the slack, and making this a somewhat interesting game. And, you know, the offense really ought to take a more intense approach, a more risky approach. Flag on the play. False start, Release Summit North. That'll put them at 1st and 15 with the ball on their 20. I've said it all night, and I'll say it again. The Panthers are in a prime position to make a great play, a great stop, and have fantastic field position. But, again, it's all up to them.
It'll be a handoff. He's going to break off to the right, break a couple tackles. Actually gets brought down by his own guy.
It's about a gain of 7 for Lee Summit North. And that is number 9.
Makai Mitchell on the carry there, brought down by Marcel Milner.
Sets up a manageable 2nd and 9. Ball on the 26 for Lee Summit North. Looks like they'll probably do a run.
Alrighty, it'll be a run here.
Good effort.
That's Tanner Howes there on the carry. Looks like the Broncos have put in Makai Mitchell at quarterback. He's a junior. So to me, it seems like unless Elijah Leonard is hurt, seems like Lee Summit North Broncos are kind of thinking this game's over.
Yeah, they're looking at winding down the clock now with 7:30. You know, you might think, well, that's more than 2/3 of a quarter length.
It'll be an empty set for Lee Summit North. Mitchell, he's going to look left, and he's going to be brought down. Number 9 takes down number 9, Kiro Martin, another sack.
You know, here comes Elijah Leonard. I don't know what they were trying to pull with that backup quarterback stuff. Borderline offensive, really.
Could have been he was just cramping, but
could be that, yeah.
Who knows? Looks like it'll probably be a punt here. Low snap. Yep, there's the punt. Javius Smith muffs the punt. Jukes out one defender. Breaks a tackle. He's going to go through. He breaks another one. He's got the left side.
Spacing.
He's got an O-lineman to beat. He's going to beat him. Javius Smith brought down by the quarterback, Elijah Leonard. Had one man to beat, and he barely gets brought down by his ankles. Javius Smith, a great return, though.
15-point game. Park Hill South on their opponent's 29. They're at a prime position to make a touchdown. You know, they only need an extra point. They don't need to go to 4-2 at this point, but let's hope they can make some magic out of this.
Now's where you really need your offense to kind of lock in. You need them to get something here. Now is the time. If there's a time to score, it needs to happen.
Absolutely.
6 minutes left. 6 minutes to potentially win this game.
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for your effort and all you do for our community and making sure that Park Hill and the Park Hill community have the resources they need to let their students thrive. So thank you for your contributions.
Alrighty, here comes the Panthers offense. Really needing to make something happen here.
1st and 10, ball on the Lee Summit North, 29.
Estaro in the backfield. Polakovic, he's going to drop back, pressured, rolls out, and throws it away. Barely is able to get rid of the ball. A late flag there, either intentional grounding or roughing the passer.
You know, Polakovic is holding on to the ball for a really long time. I think he needs to be more decisive. If you know you don't have a guy open, you know, these decisions, they got to make in snap seconds. Either throw it, run, get rid of it, you know. These decisions, they got to be made quicker. Now Park Hill South got that intentional grounding penalty. They're set back with major yardage.
It will be intentional grounding on Polakovic. Got rid of that ball just a little bit too late.
That set them back 31 yards on the penalty, setting up another second and incredibly long for the Park Hill South offense.
All right, here we go, boys. 2nd and 41. Let's see what we can do. 6 minutes and 16 seconds left in this game.
Will this be the moment where we get a long ball?
Polakovic, empty set,
No.
and he dumps it off immediately to Tyree Flowers.
0 to catch, Tyree Flowers.
Yeah, Polakovic, there's absolutely no time for him to make any plays. You know, maybe Ponce is calling some long balls. You know, maybe he is setting up these passes. But the O-line really has been compromised in the second half. And Polakovic has had to totally, you know, find his way out of these problems all by himself.
And that's a design screen. Kyle Dunaway will get about 4. See, here's the thing. I saw Drew Polakovic last week against Rockbridge. There was a couple plays he rolled out. He needed to make a pass, and he made it. He made it on the run. One of them he made for almost a touchdown. You know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Ponce's not giving him the ability to be able to make those plays.
I'm curious to see if the Panthers are going to punt, kick a field goal, or go for it on 4th. Considering the record our field goal kicker just set, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried that attempt.
This would be a 61-yard field goal if it was kicked.
You know, we've given Coach Ponce a lot of grief tonight, but at the end of the day, it's 24-39. And Park Hill South has really proven that they can make a game out of Lee Summit North, who going into this game were expected to win by a long shot.
Thank you, Ponce, for all you do.
Seems to be some deliberation on the field about what happens next. There's the ref's whistle. Play should resume shortly. Looks like a punt from Mason Love.
Mason Love will boot it away. A high punt. He's going to land it, and it'll, it'll be down right at about the 14-yard line. Pinning them back, it's Mason Love.
Deja vu. We were just in this situation, it feels like about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And like I've been saying this entire night, another missed opportunity gone by. How often is the defense going to set up the offense perfectly to get a field goal or a touchdown, and how often is the offense going to let that opportunity slip out of their fingers? They really got to change what they're doing in these last 4 minutes and 40 seconds so they really want to win this game, which once again is manageable. 15-point differential, 2 touchdowns, an extra 2-point attempt on one. It's all entirely within their reach.
Alrighty, he's gonna take it. He's gonna break one tackle, break another. He's going down the sideline. That's a gain of 20. Makai Mitchell.
Number 9, Makai Mitchell on the carry.
Another great QB run from Lee Summit North. They're proving that they can adapt to the heat that Park Hill South brings, that they can maneuver around any sort of pocket collapse, and that's exactly what happened there.
Alrighty, 1st and 10 on the 35 for Lee Summit North. It's going to be a handoff, and he's going to have room up the sideline. L.J. Brown on the carry there for the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos at this point look like they've put in their backups, which tells you the confidence they've had throughout this entire game.
You know, it looks like the Broncos just trying to run this clock out, get this game over with.
You know, South can't let that happen. They got to stop the run. They got to stop, these wide open passes. These things have been happening the entire game.
7 men on the line for the Broncos. Mitchell take the snap, immediate handoff, and he'll be brought down. Montrell Henderson on the carry. He'll get no gain.
Stop made by number 44, Kyle Brown.
Here comes number 15 back on the field. William Ray, wide receiver, has some impressive catches tonight. Notably wide open many, many times.
Alrighty, Mitchell's going to take the shotgun snap, keeping himself. He's got a big hole on that left side. Breaks one tackle, breaks another. There is a flag thrown. He's just going through everybody, and eventually he's brought down.
Looks like holding from Lee Summit North. Or maybe a face mask.
Number 9, Makai Mitchell on the carry. Flag on the play.
Panthers have a down player. Looks like training staff is going to come and help him out.
It looks like Marcel Milner, the hurt player there.
Star of tonight's game, unfortunately walking off the field, which looks like somewhat of a limp.
Coming on for Marcel Milner will be Zayshawn Balance. He also runs track for South. Very good in the long jump and triple jump.
Here's 2nd and 15 from the Lee Summit North 46.
Makai Mitchell's going to take the snap. He's going to hand a late handoff to Montrell Henderson.
Right through the gaps of the Park Hill South D-line. Good running by Montrell Henderson.
He'll be brought down just short of the first down with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
Looks like Lee Summit North has some good depth on their team. A variety of substitutes second strings, third strings that can take over for those first strings. Two minutes, 35 seconds remaining, 3rd and 5, with ball on the Park Hill South 44-yard line. Panthers looking for a stop.
Mitchell takes a late snap, and he's going to be brought down. Kiros Martin, another sack. What's that, his 4th or 5th of the game? I mean,
great work, great effort by Kiro Martin. That's just the stop the Panthers needed. Now they have an opportunity coming down to 2 minutes to at least get the ball back and score once. Although chances are they might not win this game considering our time limitation.
you got to believe, Ben.
I know.
Got to believe. Alrighty, 1:45 left in this game. Elijah Leonard back in at quarterback. It's 4th and 11 here for the Broncos.
Draining the clock. 8, 7, 6. They're going to try to catch him off sides, looks like.
They're just going to
Did
run
not
it
work.
down as far
Panthers
as they
maintaining composure.
Looks like they're just doing that to run out the clock, and now they should bring on the punt team.
1:25 left in the game. Panthers have an opportunity to get the ball back now after the punt. They have to try these bold plays. They have to go deep down the field for a reception if they want to make some touchdowns. They have 2 timeouts left. It's not out of the realm of the possibilities. Excuse me, not out of the realm of possibilities, but it's something that's going to need to happen efficiently and without error.
Alrighty, it'll be 4th and 11 from the 50-yard line, the middle of the field for the Lee Summit North Broncos. Universal Construction Company has been proud to partner with the Park Hill School District in their efforts to create new and improved facilities for learning, athletics, and the performing arts since 2006. Universal Construction, building a better company. That punt almost
Looks
blocked.
like some hands might have gotten on that punt. And secured right about the 12. The Panthers 12. 1 minute, 17 seconds left. Braden, what are you doing if you're the offense?
Throw it up.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking. I think you let them go out there. You let them have a little bit of fun. You throw some 50-50 balls. Here comes the Panthers offense.
You know, at this point in the game, what's to lose?
Nothing. You're down by 15, 1:17 to go.
Looks like they got 4 wide out there, 3 now after the motion.
Caught him off sides.
Good
You know,
work.
the Panthers have been doing good at that this game. I'll give them
They
that.
have.
Catching Lee Summit North offsides a good amount of the time.
That's going to set up a 1st and 5 for the Park Hill South Panthers on their 17-yard line. Still doesn't change the fact that there's 1:17 left. And, 73 yards to the end zone, 83 yards.
Alrighty, 1st and 5 for the Panthers. Polakovic hands it off. Magnus Hohenschel. And he'll get brought down fairly quickly. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Seems to me like the Park Hill South Panthers are willing to admit they've lost this game. Running out the clock, a minute left.
I got to say, that can't feel good for Magnus Hohenschel. I mean, he's 5'3", getting tackled by seniors who are 6'6", 6'4". I mean, it's got to hurt. And they're just going to keep giving it to him. And
all in all, the Panthers had a good show. Going into the game, if you told me the Panthers would score 24 points, only be down 15, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But here we are.
really happy with the performance out of Park Hill South tonight. Justin Ponce coming in here, coming off his first win as a head coach. You know, came over from Park Hill last year. I got to say, I think he surprised a lot of people tonight.
Right, absolutely. If anything, this just shows that the Park Hill South Panthers can't be discounted and that other teams ought to look at this performance, you know, outscoring number 3, Liberty North.
There's Magnus Hohenschel again, and there's a flag there at the end of the play, so this game won't be over quite yet.
Let's see what the Panthers pull out for a last-minute play.
See what this flag will be, see if it'll be a hold, maybe a face mask. I'm really not sure. It's going to be a personal foul, face mask on Lisa North, so that'll move the chains forward. Alrighty, 14 seconds left. Probably the last play of the game here. It'll be a handoff to Hohenschel. He's going to be brought down.
You know, Braden, with the clock running down, what's your big takeaway from today's game?
You know, I'm happy. I'm happy with the performance the Panthers put up tonight. I'm glad at what we did. If we can get these kinks out in the offense, I think we have a really great team.
I agree. For all the grief we gave Panthers and the coaching staff, you know, they've just proven that the Panthers can be competitive, and they shouldn't be counted. They shouldn't be discounted this early in the season, and, you know, anything can happen.
Alrighty, well, first of all, I want to thank you, Ben. You've been great alongside me. I also want to thank our directors and camera crew, Ben Yeager and Ben Sargent. Also on the camera, Liam Hanley, as well as our sideline reporter, Tana Jones, and our field producer, Mallory Morris. Well, that'll do it here from Preston Field. Final score, Lee Summit North 39, Park Hill South 24. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks when the Panthers face off against Liberty North. Good night.